our next player. He said, Travis Kelce, buy low or stay away. So we're going to bring up Travis Kelce now. Finished as a tight end 13 in week 3, tight end 20 on the season. Anthony, I'll only go to you first on this one, only because you and I were both in lockstep. You referenced Mahomes, how you were high on Mahomes. I was with you on that one. We talked about them finishing at the top. It's not looking great for Kelce right now. I mean, so what are your thoughts there? Travis Kelce, after 3 weeks now, are you buying low, staying away? What are you doing?
I have, number one, I have way too much Kelce to want anymore.
Yes, me too.
And this is, for years, people who know me, especially you, I've always faded early tight ends, even in tight end premium FFPC. And this year, I bought guys like Andrews and Kelce, thinking these guys are at a value. They're veterans. Everybody's hype on these young guys. It's not working out for anybody.
What prompted, just real quick, what prompted you to do that this year as opposed to other years?
Value, where I felt with Laporta and these other younger guys going over Kelce, and it was, a lot of it was how Kelce looked in the postseason.
Sure,
I bought in. And even Mark Andrews going as the 5th tight end off the board. And if you look at his metrics last year, outside of injury, he's the same guy. And so, but like when it comes to Kelce, first and foremost, and we can even throw Mark Andrews in here. Kelce doesn't look right. He has not broke out yet. 4 receptions on 5 targets for 30 yards. It's better. 7 PPR points better than 1.6. It was also a season high, which is not what we're looking for. Kelce is dominating the snap share. Noah Gray getting 35 snaps. So they are using 2 tight end sets a little bit more. And I think that's more of a testament. Hey, we need to run the ball a little bit more. But there is no you could buy low on Kelce. You're never going to get Travis Kelce any cheaper.
Right.
I just don't know if we're going to get that guy. Now, granted, you say it all the time, like CeeDee Lamb, there's a lot of guys struggling right now. And the Chiefs, they keep winning these football games with defense. They're finding ways to win. I would eventually think Travis Kelce is going to have to be leaned on. I just don't know what I'm willing to pay in terms of a trade. What are you guys willing to move for Travis Kelce? I don't know. Yes, he's a buy low. I don't know what I'm willing to give up to get him, because
this is what I was going to pitch to Steve.
Are you willing to flip Dallas Goedert for Travis Kelce?
That's what I was literally going to bring up, and I was going to kick that to Steve, because we did get a question on our YouTube, which I said I will bring up on this show. Poppin' Sid 3-4-4-3-4-4-5. Yeah, 2 4s. Goddard or Kelce? So Anthony's phrasing it as in, would you trade Kelce and go get Goddard or what have you? But which one would you rather have, Steve?
I still think I'd rather have Kelce. And I didn't draft Kelce. I just, there's just not been he's 35 years old, and I just never really chased, how you have your guys, you don't have your guys in fantasy. Mm-hmm. So he could certainly turn it around. A little bit of a slow start last year, but it was much better than this. At least he was scoring touchdowns, getting 60, 70 yards. So I kind of wanted to bring up that scene from Raising Bull when, he went to the bathroom and he,
yes, you mentioned
balls a little bit. So I could bring that up if you guys want. If we do a little movie scene right here, but
sure.
All right, let me see if I can bring that up real quick.
Oh God.
Oh
yeah. Hang on.
Our all fair conversations are my favorite. So,
do you have this ready?
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Look at that.
Yeah.
But this is Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. This is what Travis Kelce needs to do. I got to fight Robinson. I can't fool around. He's got to go play football. He can't fool around. Look, this is what he's got to do here.
That's what
he's got to fight the urge.
But do I really, in my heart of hearts, because I'm an outside the box person, do I think,
this is what he's got to do right here.
Is he on the fucking the private plane too much? He has that silly, stupid bowl cut. Looks like Mo and Shemp. Get back to fucking football.
Hey, this is actually perfect, Steve. This is what he needs to do. This is 1,000% true.
There you go. There you go. So that's what I think he needs to do, and I think he will do that at some point. I think it's what he did last year. Definitely needs to cut his hair. That's 100%.
Definitely a haircut. I'm surprised Taylor hasn't kind of nudged him on that one. Be like, dude, you look like a fucking like I had that haircut
You see her
when I was
fucking
in
red
second
lipstick?
grade.
You think she knows?
I don't know. I had that haircut in the second grade, and it didn't work out for me great then. So
We could bring
anyway.
up that past screen if I threw that off, by the way. But yeah, so I would, AJ Brown's going to come back, and that will, hurt Goddard a little bit. Kelce's got to be a part of this offense, and even Mahomes said yesterday they're double teaming him, they're bracketing him, so there's been a lot of attention on him. These other guys are going to have to step up. Worthy, but it's tough. Pacheco's out, but yeah, I still think I'd rather have Kelce.
Yeah. Anthony, you mentioned this tight end, so we'll get into this tight end as well. That being Mr. Mark Andrews, only one target in week 3, tight end 30 on the season, which is not what you paid for. John Harbaugh came out today and said Andrews was playing fewer snaps, which is due in large part to big personnel groups on the field on Sunday. They were trying to do a run-heavy approach, so that is why you saw less of Mark Andrews. But listen, we understand that there are reasons outside of fantasy football as to why NFL coaches are doing what they do, but we do have to relate that to fantasy football to overall rank these guys and figure out what we're doing with them. What are we doing with Mark Andrews right now?
This is another guy, sit and wait if you have him. And, if you're trying to get some tight end upside rest of season because it's early, and just like we said about Kelce, you can say the same thing about Mark Andrews. It's eventually going to improve because these two for years were elite. These two were matchup proof. These two were the guys that Lamar and Mahomes lean on to win football games. So, it's going to get better. And I get what Harbaugh is saying. Hey, we put the bigs there. How you beat Dallas is running the ball down their throat. That's what they did. But,
Sure.
Andrews was outsnapped by Likely 39-20 and Charlie Kohler 26-20. He was targeted one time, did not catch it. So this is just utterly ridiculous. And you get Buffalo upcoming, who, I like Brenton Strange tonight to go over his receiving yards prop. They're 25th against tight ends. Like, I guess if you want to buy them, buy now on Mark Andrews, just like we're telling you about Travis Kelce. If you want rest of season potential upside, and Andrews should come a little bit cheaper than Travis Kelce. So if you're somebody sitting at the tight end position, maybe you have Laporta, who's absolutely sucked as well. Maybe you throw some feelers out there because you might be able to steal one of these elite tight ends. But it is not like, you drafted these guys early, and I'm one of you guys. I'm hurting right now at these positions.
Did you guys hear what Harbaugh said today?
Before you go, on top of that, I have fucking Cole Kmet on my bench on these teams, and I'm benching him. I'm keeping Cole Kmet there. Yesterday, especially with Mark Andrews, thinking, it's the Cowboys. They're going to, this is going to be a high-scoring game where they're going to punch Dallas in the mouth, and Andrew's going to have a good game. Like, you're sitting there looking at your fucking bench right now, and this is real because it's happening to me. I'm sitting here looking at almost 30 points from Cole Kmet and literally a 0. My guy couldn't even get on a fucking field. Yeah. So it's a hard place to be. You're in a hard way right now. And that's real because I'm